Everyone, we may rarely see news media, including our CCTV, reporting on such a large scale about a certain pest, right? Why do we attach importance to this pest? Is there anything special about it? When watching this news, do you notice the word maggot fruit? Yeah, that's what makes it special. When this pest damages citrus, it will cause maggot fruits. That is, maggots grow in the fruit, which naturally makes people feel very uneasy, right? Because no matter how other pests do harm, they are all on leaves, branches, or outside fruits. If the pest enters fruits, some citizens who do not know it will feel panic, fearing that they will also be infected with parasites if they eat it by mistake. Due to these panics, the citrus industry in Wankang County, Guangyuan City, Sichuan Province, has been seriously damaged. Even citruses in other producing areas are also unmarketable. In 2008, this was the famous Tetraticus citri Chen incident in Wankang County. The chief culprit of this storm is the main character we are going to talk about today, Tetraticus citri Chen. Tetraticus citri Chen, commonly known as citrus maggot, belongs to the insect of the subgenus Bactrocera, Tephrididae, Diptera, Armigerae. It is an important quarantine pest that harms citrus and pomelo, and also one of the international quarantine pests, with characteristics of strong specificity, widespread, and great harm, etc. The insect oviposits in young citrus fruits. After hatching, the larvae bore into the fruits, causing them to fall off and rot, and affecting the yield and quality of citrus. In severe cases, as we just saw, it will cause consumption panic and cause a large area of citrus to be unmarketable. Next, let's meet this infamous bug. The Tetraticus citri Chen imago is 10 to 12 millimeters long, and the female is about 6 millimeters longer with the ovipositor. The body color is brownish yellow. The compound eyes are golden green. The wings are transparent and the veins are yellowish brown. The black transverse lines on the third section of the back of the belly intersect in a cross shape. Imagos generally move during the day, especially at 1 to 4 p.m., and stop moving after dark. The most appropriate temperature for imagos to move is generally 21 to 30 degrees Celsius. They move more on sunny days than on cloudy days, and rarely on rainy days. If the temperature is too high, they usually inhabit shady places, such as the shady side of leaves. One generation of Tetraticus citri occurs every year. The imagos begin to lay eggs in mid-June, and the peak period is from July to August. The parts where the imagos lay eggs vary from different hosts. For sweet oranges such as navel oranges and Citrus sinensis, auspex eggs are mostly laid between the waist and umbilicus, and there are often papillary protrusions at the oviposition site. The epidermis of the protrusions is cut off with a knife, and there are obvious halos around the micropiles. For tangerines and red tangerines, eggs are mostly laid nearby the umbilicus. Most of the oviposition places are round or oval inverted brown holes, which can easily fall off when touched by hands, often overflowing with oil esters accumulating outside. Larvae damage in citrus fruits. As we learned earlier, the larvae of flies are maggot-shaped. The Tetraticus citri here and the common hygienic pest flies are all included. The reason why people feel so scared is that it is easy to associate the large Tetraticus citri larvae in maggot fruits with screwworms in filthy environments. In fact, the larvae of Tetraticus citri are only nauseous, and it only parasitizes plants, and only citrus plants. If it is accidentally ingested by humans, it can only be considered a high protein that we have ingested. Therefore, if you encounter any misunderstanding of the fruit fly in the future, please clarify it. After hatching, the larvae can hatch at room temperature for 2 to 4 days. The newly hatched first instar larvae will worm into the fruit from the peel to feed on the pulp. When they are developed to mature larvae, they will worm out of the damaged fruit, fall to the ground, and pupate about 5 to 10 centimeters into the sandy soil until the climate warms up in April of the next year, and the pupae emerge from the soil to become adults. The imagos begin to copulate and reproduce in mid-May, lay eggs again in mid-June, and incubate into larvae. Then the larvae pupate, and the pupae start eclosion again. This cycle repeats. The damaged fruit rots, causing early fall-off. At the early stage of damage, a newly hatched larvae turns yellow from mid-September, and the phenomenon is most common from late September to early October. Some fruits damaged by Tetradacus citri do not fall off and contain a large number of maggots inside. Generally, if there are 5 to 10 citrus maggots and more than 100 citrus maggots, it is called maggot fruit. The pulp of such fruits rots, smells fishy, and completely loses its edible value. The prevention and control of Tetradacus citri (CHEN) is mainly to control the 4 passes, that is to say, plant quarantine, trapping and killing of imagos, and pickup and destroying of maggot-infested oranges. They are respectively used to cut off the source, eliminate pupae, trap and kill imagos, and remove larvae. Firstly, plant quarantine. When transporting citrus fruits from damaged areas, strict inspection is required to reduce or eliminate the damage. Agricultural control is the main control measure to directly reduce the harm of Tetradacus citri, with the purpose of prevention first. The number of pests in the next year can be eliminated by timely removing the immature yellow-red pests and diseased fruits on the plant, collecting the dropped fruits on the ground, spraying the diseased fruits with strict chemicals, and burying them deeply, achieving effects of control and prevention. Agricultural control mainly includes 2 methods below. Firstly, bury and burn yellow fruits damaged by larvae and fruits falling under the trees in a centralized manner to completely eliminate eggs and larvae. Secondly, in winter and spring, soil plowing is used to kill pupae, destroying the overwintering places of pupae and affecting the unearthing and eclosion of imagos. Physical control. The adults of Tetradacus citri (CHEN) have the habit of feeding and supplementing nutrition. They eat sweets and have obvious chemotaxis. It can be combined with food trapping and killing, and the commonly used trapping and killing agent is a mixed liquor of sugar. Generally, a can is hung on for every 3 to 5 trees, from late May to early July. Replace the liquid medicine every 5 to 7 days. Such trap ball of Tetradacus citri (CHEN). The shape of such trap ball imitates citrus, and a sex attractant is added to it, which can attract a great number of imagos. Chemical control 1. Spray chemicals on the ground to kill pupae and newly unearthed imagos. The eclosion period of imagos is from late April to mid to late May. Blocking of eclosion of imagos, especially when it turns sunny after rain and the temperature is high, the eclosion is the most prosperous. Control the eclosion and unearthing of Tetradacus citri. Do not allow the eclosion and unearthing of imagos. The key is to spray chemicals on the ground in May, then spray pesticides under the tree base regularly, and then mix the pesticides into the soil to poison and kill the imagos unearthed. 2. Spray chemicals on the canopy to kill the imagos before oviposition. The period from early June to July is the eclosion and spawning period of imagos, which is a key period for spraying chemicals on the canopy. Firstly, the spraying time should be uniform, combined with the prevention and control of other diseases and pests and the whole orchard should be sprayed with chemicals to prevent eggs of Tetraticus citrate chen from being laid on fruits. Well, although Tetraticus citrate chen is seriously damaged, as long as the above prevention and control measures are taken, it will definitely achieve good results. Everyone, that's all for today's class. See you next time.